Let me show you something that I think is going to change how your team thinks about test automation. Every QA team I know has the same problem. You have hundreds of manual test cases written, documented, ready, but converting them into automation takes weeks or sometimes months. You need an automation engineer, you need code, you need framework setup, and then you are going to start automating your test case. And by the time your test cases are ready, feature has already been shipped. What if you could take the manual test cases which your team has already written and convert them into automation test without writing a single line of code? No Selenium, no Playwright, no Java, no Python. Just your manual test steps and AI does the rest. That's exactly what I'm going to show you today. This is Test Architect's AI Genie. And in next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you how it works, how you can generate your test cases, how it executes your test, and how the results looks like. I've used this myself and I want to give you practical and honest walkthrough how it works. So without any delay, let's get into it. So before I jump into the actual demo, let me give you the context about AI Genie so that demo makes completely sense. So this is Cloud Architect dashboard page, and over here if you see this AI Genie, and upon clicking this AI Genie, it gives you automated test generator. There are a Test Architect Knowledge Hub and Project Data Helper. And right now we are going to use automated test generator and using the manual test cases written. So over here I have written some manual test cases, and using this AI Genie is going to generate automation test. So AI Genie actually works on keyword driven approach. You are not writing Playwright code or Selenium code. Rather, AI Genie takes your English-based manual test cases and converts them into keyword-based automated tests. So instead of writing this code to find an element and then enter the value of username, AI Genie actually writes the keyword, what to do, and then in which particular window and what control and what is the value which it need to enter in that username field. And the code is internally handled by platform. What you see, what you control is actually looks like the similar type of test cases you have written before automating them. So it actually looks like original manual tests, but internally the heavy lifting is done by platform itself. And you must be wondering why it matters. This matters for one very specific reason. Your manual QA team now can understand what has been automated, what has not been automated, and they need not to learn Java or Python and building the framework from scratch. Rather, they can go and create the automation tests just now. All right, now let me show you how it actually works with real banking application. Okay, so now over here, you have already seen this AI Genie. So clicking on this AI Genie is going to open this. And over here, let me walk you through the manual test cases, which we are going to automate. So here, if you see, we have these 11 steps, which we are going to automate. And in here, we are navigating to this banking application, which is this. It is a demo application, but I'll show the steps. So in second steps, we are just going to sign in using a username and password, and then clicking on sign button, then verifying that dashboard page is displayed or not, and then clicking quick deposit, enter some amount, deposit button and transaction, and verifying the transaction page is displayed and the actual transaction has been made. So what we are doing over here, we are just using this username and password. We are signing in, and once we log in, we are making sure we are landed upon this dashboard screen, and then we are going to make some quick deposit of some amount, and then clicking on deposit, and then we are moving on this transaction page over here, which shows the deposits made, and just now we did this $23 of deposit, which is reflected on the transactions. So this is what we are going to automate, and for that we already have this steps written over here. So I'll copy the steps from here, and I am going to go in here, and I have to first use this automated test generator. So from here, I have to use the automated test generator, which is going to write tests for us. And here I'm just going to provide the steps. So this is my first step, navigate, and other steps are mentioned, and I'm just going to enter. And now over here, if you see, this shows the automated test generator. Different agents are working together. It is step analyzer agent is actually analyzing the steps, what has been written. Interface builder is building the interface. Basically, it is going to analyze what screens we have to, what elements we need to click on or interact upon. And based on that, this agent action selector agent is basically locating those elements and all, that action selecting, it does the action selection. And then test composer agent is actually doing the writing of test cases in the background, where you need not to worry about the test, how it has been written. And finally, this test generator agent has finalized the agent, the tests basically. So over here, once it has generated, this is done. I'll just close this. And over here, if you see this banking system tests, what had been generated, and this is how it looks like. It has test module and whatever is a test module, this banking system test, and it has set some objectives, then initial setting up things. It is setting like auto switches the windows and all. And then here, if you see, there are some keyword driven steps which has been there. So we are actually navigating to this particular location. So if you see, this is keyword driven steps, which you see, we are entering the username in which window, in window, this sign in window, we are entering username, and the value is Sarah, and then whatever is the password, we are performing click in sign in window, and it is, it has identified this control using this sign in. And then we are verifying whether Windows, this dashboard screen actually exists or not. And then this click dashboard actually makes a click on quick deposit, entering the amount to deposit, and then it is performing the click on deposit button, and then again navigating to the transactions page, making sure transaction has been displayed or not, transaction page is actually displayed or not. And then it is finally checking the transaction of this whatever amount. Here we have made $250, so it is making sure this $250 transaction is actually available over there or not. So in next, once we wrote this test, we can execute our test. So by clicking over here, we can actually click on this execute test. So once we click over here, you see this test, whatever result name we can make over here, we can write it over here. Whatever comments we want, this is AI Genie generated test, and whatever build number we want to make, we can make. So okay, and there are different browsers upon which you can create. For by default, you have Chrome, and these are, these other cross browser things are also supported in TestArchitect. So you can go and if you get the upgraded plan, there you can get this Firefox and Edge. And here, two things in screenshot recordings and live view. We can see the test getting executed in live view just now after we execute the rest. And the screenshot recording also can be seen after test gets finished. So once we click on this execute button, over here, if you see, this landed up on this runs banking system test. And here, if you see, it has, it is showing the actual live execution over here, where it has, signed in, and now it is on the demo or the transaction screen. It is making deposit, and then once it clicks on deposit, then it goes on transaction, and it will make sure that transaction is actually performed. So over here, all transactions are displayed. You can see just we made $123 transaction is also showing over here, and just above that it is showing the live view also over here. If you see, this is the live view, what actually it is doing. So we can see all of these things also, what is happening over here. Everything can be seen in live, here. And this is how it looks, the test execution. After test execution, the report looks like this. We can click on view details, and here it opens the detailed view results over here. You can see what has been actually verified.
In here, you can see all the actions being performed like navigation to the URL, then entering username, password. And if I just expand this username, here you can see two screenshots. So if I just expand this, this is the before screenshot before entering username. So here test architect is about to enter the username. So before a screenshot has been taken, similarly after a screenshot, after that action was performed, it has taken another screenshot. Similarly, we can see for passwords also, for all different username and password. Over here we have this before a screenshot before entering the password, and also similarly after entering the password. So basically we can check the state of the application before and after performing the action.
And here, if you see, we can see this was the actually the verification part where it checks the window dashboard exists or not. Similarly, if you see, all the verifications point has already been highlighted, so you can easily identify which particular steps are there where some identifications were there. And this is the screenshot you can see, and you can easily identify the screenshots. And yeah, so everywhere you can see the element which has been actually verified. So those things also are very clearly mentioned over here. So using this, we can finally see all the things here, error or summary if there are any log information, and at the end over here it will show all the steps, whatever test case summary is there, how many checks has been performed, or whether all the checks have passed, failed, warning, or error are there. So everything is crystal clear on this report.
Now, one last and very important thing over here is, if you see, these are the two tests, okay? And one of the steps from this test is enter sign in page username. Basically, username, password, you are entering username and password and then clicking on the sign in page. Now, what you can do is you can create a block of it and right click and create action. And what is this action is? This is called user defined action. And once you click on this action, you can combine these three steps together. So what we are doing over here is virtual bank login, right? So we are logging in using these three steps. So I have combined this three steps, entering username, password, and then clicking on the button with this single user defined action. Now what I can do is I can select both of this and I can rename this. This is username and this one is password. And yeah, so here I am going to select this. And once I create this, you'll see the steps, the three steps will get converted or get replaced with the new user defined action. So now what will happen? It is navigating to this location, this virtual bank URL, and then it is trying to navigate. Now virtual bank login is called user defined action, in which it is going to enter username and password and will perform the click. Okay, now we can reuse this particular user defined action. So for example, if I go on another test here, if you see, this is another test, and maybe I will have similar type of steps, right? Here also, if you see, we are doing the same thing, entering sign in username and then enter password, then clicking on sign in button. So instead of this, what we can do is we can use the same virtual login bank. So here, if you see, this is as you type in here virtual login bank, virtual bank login. So here it is going to show in the autocomplete that this action is also existing. So once you press tab, it will ask you to provide some data. So like username and password. These are the attributes or parameters it is asking to perform this action. So here again, you can enter anything like I'm just copying and pasting the username and password. And this way we can remove all these three actions. So we can remove these things and delete row. And now this way it looks more cleaner, right? So this is called user defined action. Now one last thing is over here, if you see, we can go on this actions button, actions section, and over here you will see the same virtual bank login has been created over here. So what it means, basically, all the user defined actions will also be listed over here. And if we want, we can check how it's been created, what it does. And if we want to include more things, then we can eventually do it, or we can modify from here.
So that's AI Genie in action. Let me quickly summarize what we just did. So we took 11 manual test steps and AI Genie has actually converted them into automated tests without writing a single line of code. And we executed the test, watched how it ran on the browser, saw live view and screen recording, and also we watched how screenshots are there with actual steps, what is getting verified in the test. So if your team has a lot of manual test cases already written, AI Genie is going to remove the biggest barrier between your manual QAs or the automation testers and actually automating the tests live. And it is going to replace Playwright or rest assured based automation frameworks, and that's what it is built for. It is built for the teams who want to get started with the automation quickly, or for the manual QAs who want to see their manual test cases getting executed live. So this TestArchitect's AI Genie is really helpful to automate your test cases without any hassle. The link for TestArchitect is in the description. So after watching this, you must watch TestArchitect's complete playlist I have covered, where you can get TestArchitect installed on your system and then get these test cases automated. And I'll see you in the next one.